expressed on the Jay Thomas Show are the opinions of the host, participating callers, and/or listener emails, texts, and/or letters, and are not necessarily the opinions of WDAY or Forum Communications. WDAY 970 AM and 93.1 FM invites you to make your opinion known. We pride ourselves on exploring all viewpoints on any topic.
Do you know who I am? I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal. People know me.
I'm very happy for you.
All right, Kyle, Vikings season record. I threw it up on Facebook earlier.
I did see that.
I'd say about 50-50 out there when it comes to support for the Vikings this year. I say 11-5 every year. So. What do you think? What do you think of this year, Kyle? First game this weekend. Atlanta Falcons. Are we at Atlanta or at home? I can't remember now. I think we're at home.
I'm not sure.
I think we're at home.
I have to look at my little schedule on my fridge.
It's going to be a big year for Kirk Cousins. He better get her done now, Mr. $84 million man. So what do you think it's going to be? I mean, I do the 11-5 every year just to have fun and get things stirred up with folks.
It is in Minnesota.
Okay, it is.
It is a noon game.
Yep, I knew that. So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking 8-8.
You're going 8-8. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. You're going to go 500, huh?
Yeah, I think going any higher than that is going to be a little bit too positive for Kirk Cousins.
I'm worried about this guy. I don't know. Hey, Vikings final score. We started this Friday. By the way, the show Friday will be coming to you live from Horse annual Bean Day celebration out there. So we'll see you out there Friday in Horse. Thursday I'm at the Air Museum. They got a bunch of stuff going on, so we'll be on location there as well. All right, as always, a bunch of topics to toss out. We hope you respond to them. As always, the numbers are 293-9000, toll-free 1-888-970. 9329, email or text us talk at WDAY.com. How was the Labor Day weekend for you?
It was pretty good.
Yeah, just get a bunch of stuff done or just kick back and relax?
I was at the lake.
Okay, all right.
So, no, I didn't really get a lot done, but I was relaxing at the lake.
Nothing wrong with that at all. I got my tile job done behind the bar at the house. Did that Friday. Then Saturday had some folks over. And other than that, we just kind of laid low and relaxed. Of course, the storm last night, that was a treat. I have a story about that.
I got the lawn mowed just in time.
Oh, you're doing
We got back from the lake at about 4:30, and I mowed it very quickly. Raked up because I had to rake because it was real long since the last time I mowed it. So raked up all the excess, and right as I was bagging up all the grass clippings,
boom,
the rain started.
Well, let me give you a hint, or let me give you a tip if you're a hot tub owner. Don't go hot tubbing.
Oh, no.
Well, I jumped in the hot tub. Like, you know what? I think that storm's probably an hour or so away, the bad weather. I'm going to jump in the hot tub, relax.
Was it like at 6 o'clock you did that?
Something like that. I don't know. Yeah, 5:30, whatever. I get in there.
Bad idea.
I'm in there for about 5-10 minutes and crack of lightning. I'm like, okay, this isn't a real good idea.
Roll them up.
Yep, roll them up, lock them, jump out of the tub. You always leave the top off for, about 5-10 minutes after you're out of there. You throw a little sanitizer in there, let air. So I'm like, well, I'll run in the house. I go in the house. I fall asleep on the couch. Alex wakes me up. Alex wakes me up and goes, you need to get up. This does not look good. This looks like another one of these windstorms. And just as I'm getting up, power goes off. I'm like, oh, crap. So I'm looking around. Well, the hot tub was left open. So needless to say, after the storm was over last night and the power came on, I'm out there skimming twigs and leaves and everything else out of this hot tub.
So did you have to drain it and clean it out?
No, I'd have to do that. But yeah, I went in the house, sat on the couch, closed my eyes and fell asleep. And lo and behold, that's what happened. No damage in our neighborhood. Some branches down stuff. Although we really don't have too many trees left in our neighborhood. After the city's now come through and taken down all these big, beautifully grown trees, we've lost a lot of trees in the neighborhood.
We had a big one fall right on 10th Street, right in front of our house.
It did.
Didn't affect us at all.
Yeah.
Our electricity flickered maybe once or twice, went off for 10 seconds, came back on, and it was good the rest of the night.
Our power was out until I was about 9, quarter after 9, something like that without power. Rob Porch, SayAnythingBlog.com, columnist, Forum Communications, and host of the world-famous Plain Talk podcast. You guys get storms up there yesterday, or did you miss out?
We got some storms. Not anything nearly as bad as you guys got, but we got some thunderstorms. Lots of rain.
Oh, what the hell's with the wind this year at these storms? Although we shouldn't be talking. I mean, those poor folks in the Bahamas and the lower eastern United States are Hurricane Dorian. Now it looks like there's possibly more lined up behind this one. Good Lord. How was your Labor Day weekend?
It was good. My oldest daughter was back from college first weekend
already.
Back.
Wow.
Wow. She's not that far away.
With a degree already.
No, not a degree already. I wish it was that quick. No, she came back and she wanted to. They had the football opener at Minot High, and she was a football cheerleader. So she wanted to go to that, and Daddy stocked her up on snacks and stuff for her dorm room. We had to get her a dorm room fridge. Her roommate didn't show up. Like she had a roommate that she was supposed to share, so she's got a room all to herself now. But her roommate was bringing the fridge, so I guess she's not going to be in there. So Daddy got her a fridge.
Well, that's that comes with being a parent. Even when they go to college, you know what? You're still paid. Even when they're out of college, you're still paying. And I can tell you why. I know this because I got hit up this weekend by my boy Derek up in Alaska. Hey, Dad, Evan, that would be our oldest grandson. Yeah, he's going to do the hockey thing. I guess he played last year. Kind of liked it. And, of course, Dad got hit up or Grandpa got hit up, I should say, for, can you help us out on this? I'm like, well, yes, I'm Grandpa. Of course I'll help out. Then I'm thinking in my mind going, oh, wait a minute. We're talking hockey here.
Ooh.
This can
like a $200 stick. And
money.
$250 just to sign up to play. And then the equipment and Evan, our grandson, Evan, started kindergarten. God, I can't believe how young they start these kids in hockey. He started kindergarten this year. He started playing hockey last year, kind of the messing around thing, and he loved it, and now he wants in it. And I'm thinking, oh, my God, what is this going to cost?
I got a picture of me playing hockey in Alaska, probably 6-7 years old on a team. Yeah.
I can't believe how young they start these kids in hockey.
Yeah.
Man.
See, when I was younger, I played hockey when I was younger. And
how young were you when you started playing?
I must have been that kindergarten
that
time.
Okay. Because if you don't start young in this sport, you're pretty much screwed.
They had an equipment exchange, so you could actually old equipment that other kids had used and been outgrown.
Yeah.
They leave at the rink, and you can kind of go pick and choose. So you can get outfitted pretty cheaply. You usually just have to buy your own helmet, gloves, and stick.
Yeah, up there.
Maybe rent some skates or something.
Up in Alaska there, up in the Great White North there, guys. Derek said, our son, that he said they got 4 sports places up there.
Yeah.
So you should be able to get equipment from there. But, man, it's still, it's the skates. Skates are expensive. I mean, they got to be spendy.
Well, and at kindergarten, maybe you should look at renting because you're going to grow. You're going to have to get a new pair of skates every year.
Well, yeah, basically all the equipment. These kids, they start, spurting up. All right. So, Rob, geez, dude, it's been kind of quiet around here.
It has been.
For, topics or stories that really got people going. I mean, this weekend, it was all about Dorian and now another mass shooting in Texas over the weekend. There's all that talk going on.
Walmart coming out saying that they're going to limit their gun and ammo offerings.
Yeah.
Now it's pretty much just limiting it down to only basically it's just hunting type weapons and the ammunition related to them. So it's
matter of fact, we're talking about Alaska. You're right. Walmart, they're ending sales of handguns.
Well, that was the last state in the union, I think, where Walmart was still selling handguns. They had gotten rid of it pretty much everywhere else.
I didn't know they wiped it out pretty much everywhere else. And then they're stopping the sales. Is it the sales of ammunition for all firearms or just handguns nationwide?
Well, it's just handguns because a while back they had gotten rid of the AR-15s.
Yep.
But they were still selling the ammunition for them.
Okay.
Now, pretty much, they got rid of the handguns, they got rid of handgun ammo, and they're getting rid of, for lack of a better term, the way I'm seeing it reported is assault style. That's such a problematic term to use for it, but assault style weapon. So I'm assuming that means ammunition that you could use in an AR-15. I mean, pretty much their selection is just the hunting. With the gun control folks, most of them tell us that they support, which are just the hunting style weapons. That would mean they would still offer shotgun shells.
Shotguns, rifles,
I imagine, the sort of shells that you would put in like a rifle that you're using for deer
30
hunting
aught
or
6,
something.
30,
Yeah, stuff like that.
12 gauge, 20 gauge,
Sure.
stuff like that.
Yeah, so
okay,
that's
all right.
basically what they're narrowing it down to. Now this is significant. Walmart accounts for about 20% of all American ammunition sales.
I didn't know that.
They are, in fact, Walmart is going all in on this. They are expecting I think they were projecting like a 7 to 9%, because they're a publicly traded company, so they have to be accountable when they make decisions like this to their stockholders. They're anticipating a 7 to 9% drop in the value of their stock because of this. So the immediate backlash that gun owners might be inclined to say, hey, we Second Amendment supporters are not going to, we're going to boycott you. We're not going to stand for this. It feels like Walmart's prepared to handle that. They're prepared to just deal with that.
I honestly, gun owners out there, Second Amendment folks out there, and I'm one of them. I just don't see a whole lot of them boycotting Walmart owners because it's not like you can't go somewhere else and get your ammunition.
But
probably
what you're going to use, because one thing that Walmart offers is low prices. Walmart's very, very good at leveraging their size leveraging their distribution system to bring lower prices. So I would imagine if Walmart's out of the ammo game, or at least out of a big chunk of it, you're probably going to see ammo prices go up.
The ammo right now is not cheap. My God.
It's already not cheap, yeah.
I was out a couple of weeks ago, bought a bunch of 9mm rounds, and holy cow, man.
Yes.
Expensive.
Spendy.
All right, 16 minutes after 2 o'clock. When we come back, more with Rob Port. It's our weekly chat. We do it on Mondays, but, yesterday was a holiday, so today's kind of like the Tuesday, Monday. If you want to jump into the conversation, always welcome to 293-9000. Toll-free 1-888-970-9329. Email or text us talk@WDAY.com. This is the Jay Thomas Show. 221, Jay Thomas Show. Hang with Rob Port. We do it once a week. I got like 3 emails from the same listener. And Mark, I love getting emails from you, but if you could, please just put everything in one email so I don't have to open up every single one. And it's in regards to ammunition. Before I get to these emails and text messages, Walmart is not going to stop all ammo sales nationwide. That's not what they're doing.
No, they're not.
They are. It's just going to be for handguns. Their CEO said, that they are going to continue supplying much of the ammunition for long barrel deer rifles and shotguns, and provide the hunting and sporting accessories and apparel. So that will still be sold in the Walmart stores. I don't see Walmart taking a big hit on this. Now these are messages from listeners. Jay, there are plenty of online ammo sales with way better prices. Walmart cannot compete. I don't see Walmart taking a hit on this. Let's see. This gentleman, Walmart, I'm out. Sorry, Walmart, for all the shopping, but I buy my ammo direct from the manufacturer. Let's see. So what's Walmart going to do when shooters start using shotguns? Well, let's
Well, I think that's an important point, because this is where Walmart's at for now. They've already caved before. They're caving again. Are they going to stick with? Because basically what they're still selling is long barrel deer rifle shotguns. Yeah. They're getting rid of the short barrel rifle ammunition, so that's like the ARs and things like that.
Handguns.
So basically they're refocusing. It's just on the hunting stuff, which anti-gun people tell us they're okay with hunting style weapons, but how long until they move the goalposts on that too? I think the listener brings up a really good point. The other part of this, though, too, is I could tell you, as somebody who used to work in retail, I worked at a store and we sold ammunition. I could tell you the margins on it aren't great. The retailers really aren't making a lot of money on ammunition. The specialty stores and that sell a lot of it, they could do pretty well. For Walmart, this has probably always been a pretty small slice of their pie. I don't think Walmart's ever really sold. By dint of the fact that they're one of the largest retailers in the country, they sell a lot. But in terms of from Walmart's perspective, I think it's probably a pretty small slice of their pie. And for all the political headaches that are coming with it these days, they're probably just washing their hands of it. They're just
saying,
at this point,
we're done with it.
They're more interested in selling you clothes and all the other stuff that they sell than they are guns and ammo. But they are a big piece. I mean, to your one listener saying that Walmart can't compete, they were 20% of all U.S. ammo sales.
I didn't realize they were that high.
That is a chunk. I mean, but if you think about it, I mean, how many? And who knows? That whole 20% is not going away. They are still selling, like ammo.
Shotgun. No.
Yeah, they're still selling like shotgun shells. So there's a lot of waterfowl hunters out there who still probably be going to Walmart to pick up their shotgun shells. Yeah. So that whole 20% is not going away either.
Yeah. You got that. We'll do this later on this afternoon. I'm to the point where the whole gun debate in this country, to me, it's basically turned into the same thing as abortion. It's going to go nowhere. These politicians, as soon as there's one of these mass shootings, they're out there crying, making ridiculous statements like Joe Biden saying that doesn't understand why we should have guns that can shoot more than one round. And he said, why do we have guns that can shoot more than one bullet out of a magazine? It's like, come on. I mean, just stupid stuff like this. These politicians,
why aren't we still just using like slings and rocks? I guess.
These politicians are doing this.
It's all such
for votes.
It's all votes. Well, did you see what Beto O'Rourke did? Where he went on and he cursed live on air. He dropped the F-bomb on CNN, and then immediately his campaigns got T-shirts out with I guess whatever F-bomb, whatever phrase he said. I'm forgetting what it was. It's posturing. It's all just for effect, and this is where we're at. I mean, it's. Oh, look at Beto. I mean, it's all the politicians trying to outdo one another to be the most, hand-wringing, most concerned, most angry. Nobody is really promoting or talking about the policy realities to the extent that we could even solve this. It's frustrating.
How are you going to solve it? The whole mentality that we have too many guns. You should have a gun that shoots this much. It's ridiculous. If you are a gun owner, I'm a gun owner. All right. I am not in fear of losing my guns or my rights. You know why? Because again, you nailed it, Rob. These politicians, all they're doing is posturing. They will change nothing. And I honestly don't think there's really anything out there that they're pushing that will make a difference.
If you look, they mostly don't govern anymore at the national level. There's a lot of policy being made at the state level.
These politicians most of the want fame.
Yeah.
They want fame, Rob. They don't give a damn about what's happening. I honestly believe that. They don't care. They want the fame. They want to get their face in front of the camera as much as possible. They want fame. They don't want things, fixed or they don't want to sit down and fix what needs to be fixed in this country anymore. It's ridiculous. I mean, honestly, I have no fear that I'm going to lose my guns, my 17-round magazines, none of that, because they're not going to do anything.
Also, remember that a lot of the gun policy advancement, to the extent that gun policy has changed in recent years, a lot of the changes have come from the courts. Meaning that, local governments, city governments, state governments, county governments keep trying to pass policy. It gets challenged in courts, and the courts strike it down. I think if we reached a large enough political consensus where repealing the Second Amendment was politically possible, and it's not. As it stands now, that's a pipe dream. Yeah. But if we were to that point, then you would have to fear. But as long as the Second Amendment stands, I think we're going to be okay, because the courts really, especially with some of the precedent made in recent years, D.C. versus Heller, among other cases, the courts really haven't left a lot of wiggle room here. The right to keep and bear arms is going to be respected in this country.
Yep.
And to the extent that we want to talk about mass shooters, we better be talking about other things. And by the way, again, I think that's a more recent phenomena. I think it's something, I think there's a lot of copycat stuff going on. It's become almost this rote thing where if some disaffected jerk wants to go out and make a statement, a mass shooting is just kind of the venue that they choose. That's where we're at.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the example, I mean, we sit here and we listen to these politicians bitch and whine and complain and do nothing when it comes to, gun laws. And I really don't think there's a law they can do that's really going to change anything, but they complain about it. Why don't you fix what you already have on the books? Why don't you get these current laws working the way they should be working?
Yeah.
You know, and you're right. You get jerks like this dude in Texas now. Kills, 7, 8, 22 injured because he's ticked off about a job. And this guy calls 911 ranting and raving. I mean, my God.
But I mean, from a certain perspective, how do you start?
How would you stop it?
How do you
stop that?
Even taking guns out of the equation. If you decide that you want to go out and hurt a bunch of people, you get in a car, you drive around, you find a crowd of people standing up, drive down a busy sidewalk. I mean, there's a lot of ways that we can hurt each other. We need to address why people choose to do that, because if we go around trying to remove from them all the means by which they can hurt other people, then none of us are safe. We're going to have nothing.
We won't be able to have a hammer. Let's see, a couple emails we got to roll here. It says, handgun ammo must be the only thing Wally World sells that isn't made in China. Let's see, 223 Remington is the most popular by far cartridge used in ARs, but is also an extremely popular cartridge in bolt actions and single-shot rifles.
Interesting.
Must be referring to Walmart and what they are and are not going to sell.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how it actually comes out, like in terms of what actually gets sold, what doesn't.
Well, we didn't get to the case from Minnesota that may force the Supreme Court to decide how far our rights to say no goes when it comes to owning a business. We'll have to save that one for another day. You can check out Rob's story at saythingblog.com. All right, Plain Talk, the podcast. What do you got coming up, man?
Well, this episode, of course, every time these segments all go on Plain Talk. Going to be talking with Senator Kevin Cramer later this week. We'll get an update on what's going on with him. And I might be talking about some of these pipeline protest laws. It's kind of interesting what's going on with those, both North Dakota, South Dakota, across the country.
All right. Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it, brother.
Thanks, Jay.
You got it. WDAY time, 2:30. The first man in the state of North Dakota to get his felony records sealed. He's going to join us next on the Jay Thomas Show.